Hey guys, okay, so you just got done watching the video where Autumn talks about how she developed the container system and how it kind of basically works, right? And for many of you, I'm going to recommend kind of an alteration on the traditional portion control system that Beachbody utilizes. I love how the containers help you to really keep track of how much you're eating, because that is, I think, really key. However, Autumn puts a little bit more emphasis on things like yellows and purples, okay? Now, for many of you, that isn't a problem, and you can follow the program just as she lays it out, right? However, if you are someone who is pre-diabetic, or you are type 2 diabetic, or you have thyroid issues, you take medicine for thyroid issues, if you have PCOS or insulin resistance, or if you have adrenal fatigue or failure, I'm going to recommend that we alter your containers. Now, anyone can do this. However, those who have issues with the things that I just listed, it is imperative that you make these alterations to your container system. Now, if you suffer from any of those things that I just listed, or any kind of autoimmune disorder or disease, like gluten intolerance or celiac, or you're lactose intolerant, anything like that, those are all autoimmune disorders, okay? Crohn's disease, anyway, if you've got anything like that, we should have already discussed this and worked out your containers. If we have not, you need to message me and let me know, because maybe we just haven't had that conversation. So what I'm going to recommend for those of you who are dealing with those types of issues, or if you just think that this sounds a little bit more appealing than the traditional way that Beachbody does it, by all means. I personally follow what I'm going to recommend to you, and I do find that it is a little bit more beneficial and easier to follow because you feel more satisfied, okay? So what I have my customers and clients do who are dealing with those kind of issues, we eliminate either all or all but one of your yellows. Those are your carbs. They turn to sugar, and especially if you're dealing with any kind of diabetes or insulin issue, it's a definite won't help you, okay? The other thing that we cut out is fruit. Now, we don't have to cut it out completely unless you're insulin resistant, you have PCOS, you're diabetic, and in that case, or many of these other severe issues that I've listed, in that case, we more than likely will cut them out for a time, okay? I am a firm believer that any of those issues I listed can be fixed by good nutrition. However, we have to let our bodies fix themselves first, okay? And that may require a time period of eliminating the yellows and the purples, okay? What we do get to do instead, though, is we increase our blues and our oranges. So your healthy fats and your nuts and seeds, or your seeds and dressings, you get to increase, okay? And that's because your healthy fats will help eliminate the rise in blood sugar and the overproduction of insulin, and that will help, it's just one component that will help to regulate your hormones and get your body back where it needs to be, okay? So if you have any of those issues, or just want to alter so that you're eating a little bit higher healthy fat diet and lower sugar carb type items, then let me know and I will explain to you what exact number of containers you get. Now, you will still need to figure out your caloric, category so that we know where you're starting from. And then depending on what that number is, I will give you kind of your prescription of what your new container should be, okay?